How did you feel about doing Project Period again?
It just was amazing to be back, I think.
It's been a very different experience to last year. I feel like I can't really compare them.
This past year we've all been so busy, we've all left school, but it's really nice to come back here and like just work and just do great work and meet such amazing people.
We were all ready to all be in a house again together, and we had Ruby to come along this year. It's really weird because obviously I didn't come on the trip last year. I didn't have any expectations of, I didn't know what to expect.
So we are Project Period, and we've come all the way from London, England, to come to talk to you guys about menstruation and periods and this amazing thing called the menstrual cup. Is that okay?
Yeah! This year we partnered up with Spare Africa, who are an amazing charity in Kibera, and they organised for us to do morning workshops with girls at a school called St. Juliet's.
The school originally weren't comfortable with us doing a workshop dedicated to menstrual products, and I think really our goal was to convince them on the cup and how good it really was.
For me, I was so scared about the thought of it because I thought it's gonna backfire, all of us.
Honestly, the first thing that came to my mind was water. Yeah, so I thought, so how are you going to wash it? And then I thought, okay, washing may be a little bit easy, so how are you going to insert it?
And the challenge was making them comfortable with the cup. When the girls are a lot younger and they don't know as much about periods, we have to educate them more.
We spoke to 3 different year groups. The youngest year group was like age 10 to 11, and then 11 to 12, then 12 to 13. So they had the specific class we went to. It was a class they have, I think, every week, and it's all girls, and is led by this amazing man called Mr. Chris.
We walk in on the first day and you don't really know what to expect. We sort of plan this workshop about periods, and so you walk in and this small classroom, and we're sort of standing there like smiling, and Maureen says, okay, does someone want to get up and share with our visitors what this class is about? And this like girl stands up and she just says, we learn in this class how to not be raped and how to not get pregnant. And when you're just like, how is this 10-year-old, like, that's their biggest worry. Like, what were we doing like at 10 years old, and then that's their fear. And I just remember like Maureen was like, okay, what, like, she's making them chant, like, what do you do if someone tries to rape you? We run for our lives, like, you run for your life. And they were just chanting that, and I just it really shocked me. And when we got into groups and was like speaking to them, all their questions for us were, can you get pregnant? Like, what if someone tries to have sex with you? Just all this, and I just thought every single girl in the class is scared of this. I think we all had that moment of like, what are we doing here right now?
They arranged for us to do a home visit in Kibera, and it was very moving. We were let into a home that was tiny, and it held 7 people, and the stories we heard about the lives of the people living there were just heartbreaking.
I was just looking at them and seeing how strong they are and how they're able to adapt to it and still smile and still want to wake up and still want to aspire to do something.
You feel so grateful for these people to let you inside their homes so you can really understand, because I feel like we can go to the schools and we can talk to the girls, and sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes it can be like superficial. You want to know what it's really like, but then you don't know how to ask those questions, because of course those questions are really personal. That was like a real, just like blunt and just reality check, like, this is what it's like.
As well as Spare Africa, we continued our partnership with Garden of Hope. They connected us with 5 schools, one of which we had visited last year.
Being able to see people that we'd previously given cups to, which was our first school, and there was a mixture of new girls and old girls. So as soon as I walked into that classroom, Susanna, I was thinking, what?
I was in, I believe, our 3rd class. She was wearing this little beanie, this blue beanie, and I could see her during the workshop being really excited the whole time, and she looked so positive. And at the end, we went into groups and she was talking to us about how much she really wanted to come to London. And she had such a passion to be an actress. She said that she was going to use the cup to make sure she was in school every day so she could work hard enough to get money to be able to take classes and do things with her life. And the fact that we've given her that opportunity, or that it's at least sparked something in her brain to make her passionate about staying in school, it just made me so happy that we had contributed to her dream.
It's a very small school, so we were only working with 10 girls. So we had maybe 15 minutes at the end of our workshop, and usually we just kind of talk to the girls about their lives. But one of the girls was like, I want to see you dance. Put on some music, I want to see you dance.
Shakira, oh baby, when you talk like that, you make a woman go mad. A
On our last day working at St. Juliet's, we held a class with every girl who attended the previous workshops to teach them about the menstrual cup. They then had the option to choose from pads provided by Spur Africa or the menstrual cup. 96% of the girls chose the cup.
Throughout the project, we had different amounts of girls. We had in our classes, it ranged from 10 girls at a time to 60. But being able to do a conference with 120 girls in a room and only us 6 standing at the front explaining something that was going to be so good for them was just the best feeling in the world. It genuinely felt like we were taking over the world.
So thank you very much for coming and for teaching the girls. I think the look on their faces was incredible. It was they were very excited, and I read a little bit of the feedback from the girls, and it was good.
The passion you guys have is just amazing, and we thank you so much for coming and for sharing that with us. You guys are amazing.
Aww.
Yeah, it's been an honour. It's been an honour for the girls to let us in and meet them and hear their stories.
Just hearing about what they want to do with their lives, they all have such big aspirations. They want to be lawyers and pilots and doctors, and just being able to talk to them teenager to teenager, and seeing how different our lives are, and just it makes me want to do better things with my life.
I wasn't expecting all the guys to say that we want to start the menstrual camp, but the moment all of them, say that each one was just like, I'll have one.
I think of the more than 100 girls who came, it actually hit me that probably they're really going to use a cup when a girl came back and said, I do not want the normal pads, just take it, and then give me the menstrual cup.
Yeah, they were so free to ask questions. Again, this is the first time I'm seeing that the girls are so free with a strange group. Yeah, because we've invited some other people, but they've never been as free as they were with you guys.
At the base of it, what we're doing, it can be very emotional and very sad and dark, but this year we found so much positivity in it, and also being in the slum, it's so hard and it's so difficult, but everywhere you look there's positivity and there's happiness, and it's just, I don't know, this year there's been a real difference in terms of our approach, because last year obviously it's such a shock to the system doing it for the first time, and it's still shocking and emotional, and it's all those things, but it's finding the light within it.
Being here has made me realise how important this project is, and I think the difference between going to these events and having fun at home and fundraising to actually being here, my urge to keep this project running and to just help is it's almost it's the most important thing to me now.
We are doing a good job. Project Period are doing a good job. We are affecting people's lives, and we are continuing to make girls more comfortable in being them and realising that the period isn't disgusting, it's just part of life.
We started this project in 2017 and it's 2019, and it's crazy to think of our journey. We've come so far. I remember just sitting in Nina's house, our first ever meeting, and we had our little notebook being are we actually going to go to Kenya? How are we going to do this? How are we going to raise money? And 2 years later we're pros.
Yeah, second time.
We just want to keep going.
Yeah.